Leap.
Hello and welcome to The Winning Leap. I'm Devina Lasson, and over the next 6 weeks, we're going to explore some of the core issues plaguing effective development in India and give you, the viewers, a comprehensive look at the challenges faced in certain sectors and winning leap solutions to overcome these hurdles. The world's largest democracy is certainly something to be proud of, but it doesn't come without its own set of unique challenges. Each challenge, though daunting, can prove to be an opportunity for a winning leap solution. This week on The Winning Leap, we take a look at workplaces of the future and try to find a balance between motivation and economics in organization design and talent management in the workplace. Managing talent effectively and developing leaders at all levels is a key strategic priority for every CEO in India. Unlike other Asian economies, India grew on the back of a strong services sector, and these sectors, being people-intensive, require talent as a critical driver for business growth.
I think that it's extremely important that our people are industry ready so that competencies in industry increase. We live in an extremely competitive world where India needs to better itself in terms of costs, in terms of opportunities for its people, and in an international market such possibilities can only arise if we have a very skilled manforce.
The millennial factor in the workforce has further brought in the need for new approaches to talent management. There are critical roles and set skills that require differentiated approaches as they are key to driving company growth and value creation. For Indian organizations to mold their workplaces to be future ready, there are a plethora of challenges and imperatives to overcome. Here to discuss the situation as it stands today is Padmaja Alangnandan, leader, People and Change, PwC India. Padmaja, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So let's start with the basics. Now, for Indian organizations to really take the workplace to the next level, what needs to be done in terms of organization design?
It's a very interesting point that you've raised, Devina. So I think the first principle of organization design is, what is it the business wants to achieve? Is it about growth? Is it innovation? Is it about operational efficiency? And look at the right design. That's the first point. I think the second aspect really which comes to my mind is it has to also meet the workforce needs. Today in India we have so much diversity. We have the millennial generation coming in, so you have generational diversity, you have locational diversity, and the different needs that everyone has. And design needs to allow for all of this. And the interesting thing is, it also helps with economics. It helps to manage the costs of doing business.
Speaking about the Indian workforce, we've seen a double-digit increase in the amount put into people resources, but unfortunately the productivity levels haven't really compared to this increase. Can you tell us why is this so?
I think one aspect that comes to my mind is, in India, the expectation that we all have that irrespective of what I do, over the years, I expect that I would move up the organization hierarchy. I would get a promotion, a new title. I think the second is just structural inefficiencies in terms of duplication. You have two roles doing similar work, two different functions.
Right.
Within a function, you have overlaps, right? And all that comes in the way of efficiencies. So I think now there has been a lot of focus on the aspect of productivity, and I'd say even something like white-collar productivity. I see it right up there on CEO agenda.
That's great. Okay, let's talk a little bit about leadership in that case. I think for any organization, having a strong leadership pipeline is really key, and it's something that organizations need to focus on. But what are some of the challenges faced when setting up an effective leadership pipeline?
Devina, this is the one that's up there, number one on our CEO agenda. We do the CEO survey, and we find that this is one issue which all CEOs are concerned about. In today's environment of VUCA, which is the volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity, the whole question of what do I build a leader for? What do I enable my leader to handle, right? It's difficult to say 3 to 5 years from now, what are the challenges my leader is going to encounter? Because we're seeing complete change in regulatory, technology environment, right? We're seeing so much of changing business models. So my leader needs to be prepared to handle a very, very different scenario than what I'm equipping him or her for. That's actually a very big challenge while developing leaders.
Can you shed some light on why is it that we're not really innovating when it comes to talent management and not doing this as aggressively as other economies, keeping the differentiation in mind?
Maybe there hasn't been enough focus or appreciation of economics and business model among the HR fraternity, right? I see a huge increase in that. And a lot of differentiation, innovative models really come from understanding what is the cost structure, what's the business imperative, and therefore looking at how we need to have some of this differentiation. So I see more of that happening. I think we'll have a lot more fall in place.
Okay. Speaking about the millennials, so this generation is definitely much more tech savvy and very comfortable with technology. Does this make a difference in the workforce?
The fact that millennials are comfortable with technology means collaboration. They're used to, video conferencing, group texting, right? So it makes collaboration in the workplace a lot easier. But it's also putting pressure on companies that have very rigid policies on technology, saying we allow this, we don't, because millennials want a lot more freedom. They don't appreciate those kinds of rigid rules around what technology is allowed in the workplace. So it's definitely changing social dynamics. In many ways, it's enabling distributed workforces and bringing a lot of power to the workplace.
Thank you, Padmaja, for being on the show. You've given us great insight on the challenges and imperatives faced by workplaces when becoming future ready.
My pleasure.
Thank you. It's time for a short break, but don't go anywhere, because when we come back, there's much more on The Winning Leap. Stay tuned.